In the middle of the Indian summer, the monsoon is a daily reality. The sky over the southern coast routinely turns a bruised, heavy gray, and the landscape prepares to be swallowed by rain. But the morning of July 25, 2001, in the district of Kottayam, broke that ancient pattern. What started as a standard downpour suddenly shifted in color. The water falling on the streets and foliage rapidly turned a stark, deep crimson. This map charts the anomaly's spread. Over 2 months, 124 incidents of red rain were recorded across Kottayam and Idukki districts. Zooming into the fallout, scientists found roughly 9 million microscopic red particles suspended in a single milliliter of rainwater. The geographic spread across multiple districts, combined with that staggering concentration of material, immediately ruled out a localized hoax. Something massive had ruptured in the atmosphere. Reports of blood falling from the sky spread rapidly outward, from local villages to international news agencies. Eyewitnesses described loud sonic booms and sudden flashes of light in the sky right before the colored rain began to fall. This led to an immediate hypothesis. A meteor had burst in the upper atmosphere, raining extraterrestrial dust down on the coast. But laboratory tests quickly dismantled the dust theory. The particles suspended in the rainwater did not behave like pulverized rock or grains of sand. They behaved like organic, cellular matter. The realization that the rain was carrying unknown biological material escalated public anxiety. The conversation shifted from a rare weather event to the possibility of an airborne pathogen or an extraterrestrial biological threat. 2 official bodies, the Center for Earth Science Studies and the Tropical Botanic Garden and Research Institute, stepped in to analyze the physical samples. Under a microscope, the particles presented as distinct, uniform ovals, measuring exactly 4 to 10 micrometers across. Chemical analysis of these thick cell walls confirmed they were composed primarily of carbon and oxygen. These were living terrestrial cells. The official report concluded that the particles were spores from a specific genus of terrestrial algae known as Trentipolia. By identifying a known earthly organism, researchers stripped away the more terrifying theories. The mystery of what fell from the clouds was solved. This chart highlights the next mathematical problem. Based on the concentration found in the rain, scientists estimated 50,000 kilograms of microscopic algae spores had been suspended in the storm system. Standard biological dispersion relies on wind blowing spores locally off trees and rocks. That mechanism cannot physically inject 50 tons of concentrated biological weight directly into high-altitude rain clouds. The mathematical gap left room for alternative hypotheses. Physicists Godfrey Louis and Santosh Kumar suggested the material could have arrived via a comet fragment, a concept known as panspermia. However, the extraterrestrial explanation lacks mainstream scientific backing. It remains an unverified and highly controversial attempt to explain the volume. The botanical identity of the red rain was established fact, but the mechanism of how such an immense, isolated payload ended up in the sky over India remained fiercely debated. Looking backward reveals that the 2001 Kerala incident is not an isolated weather anomaly. Historical records detail similar occurrences of colored rain dating back into the 1800s. Neighboring geographic regions, including the elevated, misty landscapes of Sri Lanka, have reliably recorded nearly identical biological rain events. This globe illustrates the accepted macro mechanism. Powerful global wind currents are highly capable of sweeping up massive volumes of surface material, dust, pollen, and spores, and transporting them across vast intercontinental distances. While the biological identity is confirmed, the physical mechanics required to harvest and dump that amount of algae stretch our understanding of terrestrial weather boundaries. The 2001 anomaly is rare, but not entirely isolated. Historical records point to similar colored rain events in Kerala dating back to the late 1800s, as well as documented incidents in neighboring Sri Lanka. This satellite image displays massive, sweeping cloud cover systems interacting with land masses. These are the visible markers of atmospheric rivers and global wind currents capable of transporting millions of microscopic life forms across entire continents. The most widely accepted scientific consensus is that the Trentipolia spores were swept up and transported by these vast, invisible, high-altitude wind highways. While the sequence of updrafts that localized the 2001 downpour is still debated, The event forces us to confront a deeper reality about the sky. The atmosphere functions as a vast, dynamic, and largely unseen ocean, an invisible biological highway that moves tons of life miles above our heads.
That's it from this video. Make sure to leave a like and comment below. Remember to share this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching Behind the Script.